A little over 2 months ago, I released Minecraft Hardcore Chapter 2, and you guys supported it a ton, like a lot, I'm gonna be honest. So, after a few months of waiting and someone asking for it constantly, I'd like to say, welcome back to Minecraft Hardcore Chapter 2. I'm not gonna lie, I was super nervous about getting back into this world because the last time I played was over 4 months ago, and I was worried that I would somehow die instantly upon loading into the world, which I know is silly, but a small part of me was like super worried about that. Oh, right, if by chance you don't know what a hardcore run in Minecraft is, I'll explain it to you real quick. First of all, the monsters are harder and they spawn more often. Secondly, they do tons more damage, which means a creeper could kill you if you're not being careful enough. Thirdly, you can starve in hardcore, which you normally can't do in other modes. And finally, if you die in Minecraft Hardcore, it's permanent, and you can't come back to that world. But with that, let's get back to where we left off. Day 6 started a bit slower than I planned it to be, since, you know, I had to get used to everything again after not playing for months. But after getting all my supplies and gears in order, it was finally time to get back into the fun world of silliness. Yes, that's what it's called. No, I don't want to hear any criticism about it, alright? Anyways, I decided to go into this cavern that's right next to my house to get some more resources, and oh my god, this gameplay is so difficult to watch. What am I even doing pacing around like this for? I know this was months ago and all, but I'm quite literally getting dirt for no reason right now. So after hardly doing anything all day but getting an absolutely insane amount of wheat for no apparent reason, I did some more walking around, found an actual cavern that I decided to not go into, went home, made enough bread to run an entire bakery of my own, organized some chests, and finally decided to go to sleep. After pacing around some more, what the f? On day 7, I had a dream. Not like that one guy or anything, but it was still just as huge. After a long day of doing nothing for the entirety of day 6, I was going to face my fears and go exploring. And that's what I would set out to do, right after getting a water bucket for safety. It's probably a good thing that I brought one with me. After getting my water bucket, I found this cave that I hadn't explored yet, but before I even walked in, I was rudely attacked by 2 zombies, and had a life-threatening encounter with a creeper. It was totally terrifying. Afterwards, I finally went into the cave to find some resources, and kept hearing illagers through the walls. I'm sure it won't become a problem later on. Despite being attacked by every single monster possible in this cave and having to deal with horrible corridors, I kept on exploring. While I mined coal and iron, I only had 1 ore in mine, and finally, I found it. I found diamonds. 5 of them, as a matter of fact. This was huge for the Zaleion community, but there wasn't time to celebrate. Suddenly, a creeper came out of nowhere and knocked me to lava. But with my quick thinking, I remembered that there was some water nearby. And also I found a zombie spawner, so that's pretty cool. But with that, I decided to leave the cave. But since I maybe forgot where I was, I kinda just made a staircase upwards. If you're watching this, do not do that. It'll definitely be bad for you. Luckily though, I made it back to the surface and instantly got jumped by a group of skeletons that broke my shield. So, I took a random village house of my own, readjusted myself, and finally went home to go to sleep. Okay, real quick, I just want to say that I got day 7 and 8 mixed up as separate days. They were in the same day I was in the cave, so I'm gonna let you guys know that right now. So when I say day 8, I'm actually meaning day 9. 9 is 10, 11 is 12, you know, that pretty much. Thank you. Not gonna lie to you guys, day 8 wasn't that big of a day. I sat around for a chunk of it just watching my stuff cook and smelt, but I did decide to make a diamond pickaxe with the few diamonds I had. After walking around for a bit, I figured I'd go to that cabin I avoided a couple days ago. Surely it wouldn't be that bad of an idea, right? Of course it was. There were like 6 monsters, they broke my shield again, and I was at half health, so I knew I had to get out of there. I came back to the cabin later in the day, mining any resources I could find my way. Then I figured it was enough action to be able to go to sleep. Day 9 contained a lot more of doing nothing. I was AFK for nearly half of the day. When I got back, I realized I didn't plan to do anything for that day really, so I decided to just work on my farm a bit more, and it wasn't all too bad, except for the fact that I had to defend from zombies, but I handled that pretty well. I wanted to try and work on some new things for my house on day 10, and I decided to properly give it its true name, the Funny Shack. Afterwards, I went back to the cavern to get some more resources, but overall, the day was pretty uneventful. However, I had a fun idea for the Funny Shack that I could work on the next day. I went to the cabin for a little bit on day 11, but that wasn't what I planned to work on for the day. No, the thing I decided to create was much, much greater. I was going to make a fishing dock. I would make this fishing dock, and I would become the best fisherman the world had ever seen. Nothing would be able to compete for me for the rest of existence. I even named my fishing pole, so you know it's serious. I got attacked by a witch. I bet it was because she got so jealous of my fishing skills, but she did leave me in half health, so I had to stare her in disgust while eating steak before dealing with her. I also saw two skeletons fighting each other for a bit when I decided to make cover in case of them attacking me randomly. Spider. I figured that was enough fishing for the day, so I decided to go to sleep. I fished for the entirety of day 12. On day 13, I took care of the farm, chopped some trees, and watched the sunset. Can you blame me, man? The Minecraft sunset is beautiful. Like, that's not to me. Day 14 is when I had enough of sitting around and doing nothing, so I went back to the cavern with one thing in mind, and that was to get as many resources as I possibly could, and that's what I did. I mined all the iron and core, mainly coal, I could find, and came back with my inventory loaded. On day 15, I smelted a bunch of stuff while I looked for more stuff to mine. I wasn't as serious about it as I was on day 14 though, so I walked around the village a bit before getting back to mining. Luckily though, I found a lot more iron than I did the last day, so I was pretty proud of myself for that one. But after a long day of working, I got home, put my iron to smelt, and went to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching this entire video. I spent a lot of time working on it, and to be honest, it shouldn't have taken this long to come out. Like, seriously, I've had this in my editing software for nearly 4 months now, and the script didn't even take a day to finish. But, putting that aside, if you enjoyed the video and want to see more Minecraft Hardcore, please let me know in the comments. Thank you all for the support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!